Hi Pisces, here's a general look at your solar chart for September 2012, and it's some nice energies here for you. Overall, it's not a time for you to be going alone because the Sun is in an area to do with one-to-one interaction with others, close relationships, whether that's professional or personal, and cooperative type alliances, but also you and someone, you could feel that you're really hitting it off, you're bonding. Or it can be, you know, more like on a formal negotiation level with someone, or maybe it's another type of alliance with like family or old friends. But however it is for you, there's this feeling of mutual interaction and bouncing ideas off others, exchanging information, learning stuff, sharing stuff. This sort of mental rapport going on, but basically you can't go forwards as successfully on your own. You, the hermit of the zodiac, you know, this is very much a sort of sociable time, nice energies around. This vibration can give love relationships and friendships a boost, or can deepen feelings and bring more intimacy as well, particularly going on into the next month. Or after the 23rd anyway, and you could be sharing a joint interest in something that you both have both got an interest in or a passion about together, and you're sharing that, or indeed you've got a passion towards each other as well. And until the 17th, communications, personal, professional, in close relationships, and collaborations are strongly highlighted. Mercury's in the same place as the Sun, so it'll mean that very much there'll be a lot of chit-chat between you and whoever, maybe correspondence between you and whoever, and interested in somebody else's slant on things, or maybe you disagree with somebody else's slant on things, but at least it helps you to clarify your own slant on things. So you may be more looked upon yourself as somebody who's got the interesting information or the necessary information or the guidance at this time as well. So it's good for that kind of one-to-one, and you yourself could be seen as the go-between, more the agent, you know, the sort of piggy in the middle sort of thing. And then from the 17th, discussions and ideas may become more involved, or emotional may become involved, because it's just that from the 17th Mercury goes into an area to do with your feelings being near the surface, and you are already a sensitive soul, Pisces, but you may be keeping your cards close to your chest, a lot more going on inside of you, right? There's maybe an emotional issue going on inside of you. Or it can be about finances, it can be about property, and you're kind of weighing it up. You're weighing it up. It could be a time that you take confidential advice, whether it's about a relationship, whether it's about money or property, and it's a good time to use that wonderful intuition of yours, Pisces, because this area that Mercury's gone into is not very logical. It's more about sensing and knowing. Really, so sense your way forwards, and maybe take some intuitive advice from somebody who's impartial, somebody who doesn't know you, or doesn't know you very well anyway. And you on the emotional side of things, you know, there's maybe like a moral, kind of a moral, maybe a bit of a conflict going on. It can be like that, but also it can be that you're just getting stressed out over something that you're kind of keeping to yourself. So anyway, have faith, trust your guts, and avoid knee-jerk reactions which kind of get you nowhere, or sort of rule your decisions. But I think that things to make you smile aren't going to be far away, because Venus is in a very spontaneous, fun area until the 7th. So it means that you could feel quite up, sort of enthusiastic, got more chance to hang out and just relax in just be a bit of a slob, or with people who don't care, or it's everybody's kind of friends together, or it could be that your competitive side comes out because you're able to do things in a sort of light, playful sort of a way with others, and in fact you really enjoy that that feeling of being empowered, and others really admiring or respecting when you do your thing, whatever your thing is, and you want to show the best side of yourself, you see. I call this the house of fun, so maybe some of you could be tempted to burn the candles at both ends, or take some kind of really quite inadvisable risk with this vibration dominating the scene for the first week. Anyway, it's been there since just, I think, after the first week of August. So Venus here can compute as romance. Venus here can compute as like the feel-good factor. So whether that's with young ones, pets, animals, lovers, mates, where you can just do something fun together, that's for you to know. But definitely it highlights hobbies and leisure encounters and entertainments. But then Venus moves on the 7th, and then you turn back into a pumpkin, then it's time to sort of roll up the sleeves and get on with work. However, it looks good for teamwork, and it still looks good for this feeling of, smiles along the way and whistling while you work sort of thing. It tends to be a bit like that. Somebody will be there to cooperate with you. You want to, both of you, sort of pool your resources. Or somebody will give you a resource or make something available, whether it's a piece of kit or a venue or whatever it is, which makes you feel quite happy, really, that you've been able to use this. And also a working situation could be, a friendship could be centered around a working situation or a health-related type situation, and you're more likely to have a reasonable, very sort of reasonable or warm relations with health providers, service providers, co-workers, and in fact there could be a romance which is centered around a working type environment as well. It's a very sort of sociable kind of feel where Venus is in this very practical area, and you and someone, you could find that you and someone could really do business together. It's actually possible it's more likely to be a female, I say more likely to be a female who's there in this kind of role, playing this kind of role, or someone that you do actually click with quite well, even if it's not a female. And that's from the 7th onwards. Mars will be transiting an educational sort of an area, so you're going to be on a bit of a learning curve, but also others could be listening to what you have to advise them, and teach them. So you could be the student or the teacher, really, with Mars there. I sometimes think that if you are the teacher, you're probably learning more than if you are just sitting there taking notes as the student. And maybe, at least if you're the student, you can think your own thoughts and go on to other things. If you're the teacher, you've got to be right there, all the time. Well, you should be anyway. And Mars is going to be in this educational house, and Mars is very physical, so actually you could be actually learning at the same time as doing, grasping things that you didn't have a clue about before. Could be on the move more. Some of you could get itchy feet and be traveling more. Definitely time for you to push the envelope of daily life and get right outside of the routine, and get a breath of fresh air. This is an area of learning through direct experience, so it's a good time to sign up and enroll in something as well, just to broaden your mind, broaden your knowledge, broaden your experience, and plunge into unfamiliar scenarios or get involved in a new area of interest. And definitely connection with foreign lands or those at a distance is definitely there, and will tend to open new doors in your mind, and you'll be seeing new possibilities and feeling really quite, maybe, you know, champing at the bit because you want to start this, that and the other. Mars here translates as more involvement in higher education, communications across a wider stage, you putting the word out, or in fact pooling your knowledge with others, and also legal matters. Some of you might be looking into that for whatever the reason, but definitely a time for mental and physical expansion into whatever area. Until next June, Jupiter will be expanding you anyway into new areas which help you feel more anchored and peaceful at the roots of your life. There's more of a sense of stability at the foundations of your life, and in an emotional sense, which is really good news. And from the 23rd, a partnership or professional relationship could demand more sensitivity or commitment from you. And that's it for September. If you go to my website, if you're not there already, find the what the outer planets are doing, especially Neptune. And also you might like to listen to the forecast for your rising sign or your moon sign. Don't, if you know them, but don't pay so much attention to the dates that I give. They will be approximate dates, but the dates that I give are really the sun sign. But they will be around about those dates, but they won't be as I'm giving them really for the sun signs. And I will be explaining that in another video that I'm putting out as soon as possible. And I hope that helps anyway, and I'll see you the next time.